Northeast Bronx. Welcome to Defeated Tragedy to Triumph. I want y'all to stand up. I want y'all to tune in. All right? And listen, I got JuJu in the building. Y'all don't know JuJu, you better ask somebody. History. History in the making. Right here. She's got a story to tell y'all. Y'all got to tune in. Her shit is real. Each and every Sunday, y'all already know to tune in. And do not forget, subscribe. Subscribe, y'all. Press the button. JuJu, make sure you take the people to check in and subscribe. All right, I got JuJu in the building. You got a story for them today, sis?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that real shit right here. Don't forget, you can put a hand on them. You can touch it. You can Google it. JuJu the Truth. First lady to defeated tragedy to triumph. What's your story? Take your time.
Well, the story could go on and on and on. I just give you a little taste, you know.
Take your time and do your thing.
There were so many times, so many different situations where, getting arrested led to incarceration and the survival skill mode just tuned in, you know.
You came up. Hold on. Let me walk you through it. Hold on. You came up in what, the Northeast? Where you come from? Tell them where you come from.
Truthfully, I was actually created on Boston Road and Fish.
All right. Okay. All right.
We're from Home Street. We moved in different areas. But it was like the west side, and then we moved uptown, Edenmore.
Mm-hmm. Now hold on. Stop right there. You ain't gotta go no further, because that's where I know the name JuJu, all right, from being in the parks, the jams, the breakout jams. That's where I know I need to stay right there. And I want to elaborate on that part, because that's the part I know. I need you to give me that Edenmore JuJu.
Oh, that Edenmore JuJu. Ooh, baby. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the color purple.
Talk to me.
You know? Yeah, I always had to fight. Whether it was for respect or, people getting in beef or things like that or feeling violated. But, I don't use those wounds to get depressed anymore. It's like I use them for stones to step over.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, when we go to situations, whether it's the streets, whether it's with family, we kind of like hit a rock in our minds and we become our own enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of treatment and programs, ATIs, alternative incarceration.
So there's a part. Hold on. Let's slow it down. There's a part in your life where you started using drugs.
Yes, I used drugs for almost 32 years.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, shit, from the loose joints to Golden Chappelle, being in parties and being under peer pressure, trying to fit in.
So when you talk about, first of all, when you talk about champagne, that starts off on a that ain't no low level type of high. This could be like a rich young girl's high, young man's high, or whatever. At this time, that ain't no bottom shelf shit.
No, well, now it
ain't. Well,
But back then, it was easy access. It was cheap. It was easy access, I guess. But never did anyone say, "Here, I'm gonna force you to do this." I did it because I was under peer pressure. I wanted to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, there was just little things to do, whether you're hustling, whether you're robbing, whether you're stealing, and people trying to make a living. It touched me when we need to go on school trips and stuff like that.
Okay.
Where there were budget cuts. We had to raise money up to go on certain trips, and that's where the hustling came.
Let me ask you this. When you had to go on these, you talking about school trips.
Yeah.
I needed 5 motherfucking permission slips to go to you remember the permission slips?
Yes.
How many did you need?
Oh, I needed a lot. I needed a lot.
I needed 5. I needed 5 adults. That means keep him home, but they didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's where I got exposed to like the hustle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
whether it was trying to have fundraisers, lemonade stands, selling cupcakes, selling arts and crafts. Like, for me, it was turned into selling loose joints, you know, selling Lucy's, you know. It was part of the environment, but.
But you did this, all right, because what? Your parents, there's a reason why you did this hustle. Why?
Well, most of the majority of my friends during the time would be like, we would like to do group things, you know, and we didn't have the money to do it. One would have one wouldn't have one, or one would have this and one wouldn't have that, so we all just collectively came together. And,
did that build a bond?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
Come on.
Yes, it did.
Of course it did.
But gradually, as you know, we went our own ways. I guess everyone started experiencing different things. But that's for me. That's where it begun. Selling product, hustling, scrambling. I really didn't like to be on the corner. To tell you the truth.
Okay.
And then you know, I wanted to do bigger things, so I was smuggling. I started smuggling, going to Jamaica, things like that. But
talk about it.
I got busted. When I got arrested, it was like we got arrested because we went in the bathroom and smoked the last room joint, and of course, you know, the smell will give you away. Ain't nobody got to snitch on you. You snitch on yourself. The smell will give you away. You know, I got busted then. Of course, I got arrested by my mom, you know, bailing me out and things like that. She was always coming.
Are you in a different country or you in the States?
Well, luckily we made it to the
You made it back. You made it back.
Yeah. So, you know, for me, it just been like a domino effect right after that. Like
for how many years is this domino?
It was going on for like over 30, 20, 25, 30 years. You know, get on the block, graduating from selling weed to selling coke. And I don't know if you remember those things, dry things, like pyramid papers. And, you know, honestly, the first time I really even pitched anything was on Seymour.
Okay.
You know? I had some troopers, you know, I wasn't named no names.
So you sold, okay, so you sold, you used, all right, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is it at one point where you just lose all focus and now we're just using at this time?
Well, actually, that's what happens. That's what happens when you think you have control over a drug.
Let them know. You don't got control. Tell them, man. Talk to them.
You know, it progresses day by day. The more you indulge, the more addictive you become. Right? And then you find yourself losing time, put more time, everything is about the drug. You know? Just so happened for me, there was just certain things that I couldn't do. You know, and it led me to be out there longer because I wouldn't do certain things, made me think that I was okay, and I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I would just get money, go home, drop money off to my moms and my kids, and back to the races. You know?
Oh, we talking now, Juju. Yeah, we talking now. That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
let's
and
talk
it
about it.
continued for a while. And then when I would get a brick or come off real good, you know, something would go wrong. Somebody stole the bacon, and I'm back to copping in between two cop cars. You know? So, gradually.
Back at the drawing board.
Yeah, back at the drawing board. You lose a pack, or somebody, you know, steal it from you. You know, yeah. So, and I really didn't like working for nobody, but I did. I did it to grow. I grew my own. I sacrificed, hustled hard, built my stuff up.
Was it dangerous out there?
It was very dangerous. It's dangerous. Yes, it was dangerous. When you got cops rolling on the block, and the people who's running the block is rolling behind them, yeah, it gets dangerous. You know, like I said, when you copping in between two cop cars, stealing the bacon, you know, should you back on the fence, shitty bang, trying to make $1.15? Yeah. Yeah, because when it gets to that point, and it gets to where you really gotta eat to live and live to eat, you don't care about the police. You don't care about nothing. And your addiction is the same way. You don't care about nothing. Anybody who get in your way get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
To cure
support their addiction, to pay Peter pay poor pay for all that type of stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the process of you know, being a road runner up and down, I felt like I was half the bases loaded.
So you mentioned something to me about at one time you was incarcerated and you wanted to like you came to a light where yo, I can't do this because at this point now you can't smoke on Rikers Island. You can't do this, you can't do that. So basically now you gotta smuggle a fucking cigarette in. And when you do get the cigarette, how did you like it?
Oh, you like to get the battery and the wires, right? The batteries and get the spark.
All right. So you got two batteries. All right. You put two wires together from some headphones you told me.
Yes.
All right. And you get a spark to light a cigarette.
Yes.
All right. And that was another reason that came to you like, yo, I can't do this.
I was like, this is too much because really, even if you're doing that, you still can get a charge. You can get a new charge. It's called firearms, you know. And then they was taking like taxing your commissary. They'll freeze your commissary because you got a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fine you for getting the ticket and still put you in lock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get a new charge for a lot of stuff, but it's just that, like, how you gonna smoke a cigarette and think they ain't gonna smell it? Mm-hmm. How you gonna smoke anything and think they ain't gonna smell it? Mm-hmm. You know? So that for me was my wake-up call.
Okay, so right now, so with the message, let's stand still. The message we giving right now, you giving, I don't care how you delivering it, all right? Be clear and listen to the message. The message is stay away from filling the gap, stay away from drugs.
Stay away from drugs.
You can't control it. It will control you.
Yes.
Okay.
Stay away from out hustling, out in the streets selling drugs.
Okay.
Especially the hardcore drugs. You don't want the headaches and the problems that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the reputation of being a drug dealer and none of that type of stuff as far as the system goes. Because 1, 2, 3 time fellas, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, it's about it's hard to get a job. Now we got a lot more entrepreneurs, people who, you know, have their own business, running their own business, you know, able to go to work when they please to choose their own flexible schedule.
Okay, so hold on now. Hold on. All right, so now, here you go. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna leave the tragedy, and now we're coming to the triumph. All right, I can go with that for right now. But we're gonna do a part 2.
Okay.
You and I are gonna do a part 2.
Yeah, we can do a part 2.
All right, you and I are gonna do a part 2. But now I want to go to the triumph part of your life because now you done slid in because you're talking about these things here. All right, about people that's doing things. You understand? Elaborate. I need to know the things you're doing now that you're no longer utilizing drugs that you chased for 30 years. Because this is what I'm proud of you about, and this is why you're here.
Right.
Because this is the cream of the crop that I want to deliver right now. That you're here to say, you chased drugs for 30 years, you went in jail, okay, and now I need this part right here from you, because this is why I got you here. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah. Well, once it comes to a point where you're at your rock bottom, it's like there's nowhere else to go but up, right? And so I decided to surrender. I surrendered first to God.
To who?
To God.
I can't hear you.
I surrendered myself to God.
All right.
I surrendered myself to God, and I had a spiritual awakening. I felt like I had a spiritual guidance.
This is what I wanted to hear. I wanted this part of the story. Come on.
And for me, I had to pay attention. You know, it's like I had these angels guiding me and giving me this certain like light or those hurdles.
There were signals.
And yeah, those signals.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start paying attention. But and I took the offer because I knew it was time. I didn't want to be in jail no more. I knew my family was suffering. I knew other people were suffering.
From the pain that you were putting them through,
right.
That you was putting yourself
through. That I put myself through, right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for anybody in that process. it's not just me, right?
Right.
You know, when you have kids who don't have their mommy, their daddy around, it becomes, for me, it became my motivation, but it becomes a hindrance for some that don't have access, you know. To get themselves together, utilize the resources, and can't see their kids, right? So the services I started using the resources.
What is that?
The resources where they had assistance for programs for any little thing, like if we needed parenting classes, criminal justice classes, behavioral health classes, mental health classes, just a lot of different things. Like they have vested offering trainings, we need jobs, if we need to enhance your skills, things like that.
So you're saying you capitalized on it?
Yes, I did.
And if you did, anybody
else could. All you gotta do is utilize the resources. It's really social services. You know what I mean? So I made it work for me because I needed it that much, that bad, and that was my motivation.
And it took how long?
Well,
it took how long?
Well, from 2004 to 2006, I completed everything. I didn't have my GED.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with math. I took it the first time. I missed it by 20 points.
What you do?
I struggled and studied hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then I completed Vested, and then I went through KSAT training.
Okay, hold on. Everybody don't know what KSAT is.
KSAT training for the resources.
Take your time.
That's,
explain what KSAT is.
In training to be a substance abuse counselor.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
And what are you right now?
And right now, I'm a grandmother and a wife.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Are you a counselor?
I offer counseling services to my family, to friends, and things like that. I do outreach to certain parts of when I'm available.
Mm-hmm. So when you hear when I tell these people, you owe it to yourself.
Yes.
You owe it to the hood.
Yes.
All right. Get your ass up here and tell your story and let them know what you're doing right now because it's the right thing to do. You gotta claim yourself. You know all the running you did.
Yeah, and
you know all the running
was
you
really
did.
a waste of it. Like I'm not gonna say it was a waste because some of those tragedies, some of those experiences, has taught me how to survive on the land. Okay, today. Mm-hmm. So yeah, even though you know,
I got your attention now, JuJu. I can tell.
I survived. I learned some survival skills that help me to this day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just to a point where you know you want to be able to live a smooth life without having to turn, you know. And all that. You know what I'm saying? Like now when I travel. And I go, of course, you know, get on a flight or whatever, you know, they used to pull me over and, you know, put my name over the mic. And I go, Joe Dixon, you need to return to this cabin, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, but I let them know that, you know, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not a smuggler no more. You know, that's the old me. This is what I'm doing now.
So you're able to travel.
I'm able to travel, but I still have to rent travel.
No, that ain't gonna go nowhere.
No,
and this is why, you remember, and this is why, we're going back to school, and I'm talking for me. I remember when they wanted to suspend me, all right? My mother said they wanted to reevaluate me, evaluate me. And my mother says, no, you're not doing that because all this stuff is documented. You understand? And it's documented, it never goes nowhere. And this is why. So when you go on that flight and that happens to you, it's not going nowhere.
No, it's not. It's not.
So people, let them know. Don't get yourself into predicaments.
Yeah, the situations is not worth it. And then you have people who will try to pull you in, like, you know, it's the life. It's really not. It's peer pressure. You know. Here today, going tomorrow, but at any second, you know what I'm saying? That life is no good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying?
You see a lot of people get life in jail,
yes, I've seen a lot of damage done. I've done a lot of damage for myself. I'm still, listen, I've been clean since 2004. I'm still with being in the country. It's like the damage that was done, you know, you make amends with your family and kids and things like that, right? But you have to do things for yourself to make amends with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could be your worst critic and you could be your own enemy. You know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with the enemy within that no one on the outside.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because once I recognized that I needed the treatment, I knew that I did damage to my family. You know what I'm saying? I knew I did other damage, with little things out the street. But in order to forgive yourself and in order for you to heal, most of the time you can't go back to where you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that kept me going in a direction where every day is like a daily living skill.
Mm-hmm.
The routine is every day.
Okay.
I keep the rock bottom up front, right here. That tragedy, that trauma, that defeat. I keep it up front. I keep it up front. I have to keep it here. And for me, they say relapse is part of your recovery. I can't. That don't work for me. Because
there's no room for that.
No. Because if I think that relapse is part of my recovery, I'm making room to get out, to go back. That's for me.
And that ain't gonna happen.
And I can't do
that. Yo, listen. We gonna listen. On that note, we're gonna wind this down. But we're gonna do a two. We're gonna do a two. But listen, and the only reason why I'm doing this, I never did this before. I'm bringing your soulmate, all right, up here. Come here, bro. All right, this is your partner. I watch your movie. All right, and I love it. All right, okay, come on up, bro. Come on up. Welcome to the Tragedy to Triumph. Give the lady a hug, man. All right, yeah. Thank y'all for coming. All right, we're doing a part two. Okay, we're gonna do it, man, because I know you got a lot more to say. We're gonna get relaxed, because I'm gonna get that real shit up. All right, but you gave it up, and you gave the word, and I appreciate it. You already told them. Do not do no drugs. Do not challenge it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna win. You're right. You're only gonna fuck up your household, your family, and things like that. And you was able to pick them pieces up, get married. Children. I see you on Facebook with the grandkids. Yo, listen. All right, JuJu, I love you. All right, thank you, man. All right, DJ Hands. All right, Defeated Tragedy to Triumph. All right, right here, man. Come tell your story, man. All right.
Yeah, I know it was gonna take like
all right.
Too, so much.
Yo, listen, no. All right, now, whether you were struggling